What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne in the house, dropping you guys latest and greatest cryptocurrency news and updates. Today's January 3rd, 2024. Today's video will be doing a quick crypto market overview, followed by some Bitcoin news and talk. I got some ICP stuff to share with you guys, and last but not least, a Voyager update. Finally. If you guys think it's interesting, stick around and I'll tell you all about it. All right, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a great day today. I sure am. But before we begin, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Consider subscribing. If you aren't, turn on those bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. Easiest thing you guys can do to help support the channel. I truly do appreciate all of your love and support. That little thumbs up button or thumbs down button, whatever you guys want to do, which I do get a lot of those, somewhat, kinda, more likes than dislikes. But you gotta have trolls in life, man. I feel like if everything's always positive and happy, you don't have the trolls, you're not doing anything in life. But every little bit of engagement helps, gets this video out, hits the YouTube algorithm, it gets the news of Bitcoin, crypto, ICP, whatever it is, out to the regular normies. So hopefully we can build our bags, make a bunch of crypto, make a bunch of money, and buy our Lambos. Well, some of us want to buy Lambos, some of us want to do whatever, who knows, reinvest. Y'all have your own things that you want to do when you win big in crypto, when you make that big money. All right, guys, so we're going to jump right into it. If you don't want to watch, or if you want to skip to whatever section of the video, I do put a pinned comment in every video with all the timestamps also throughout the video. You guys can skip to whatever section of the video you want, all for your viewing pleasure. So let's just jump right into it. Market took a huge dump today, down about 4.78% the last 24 hours. We got Bitcoin down about 5%, sitting at about 42,901. ETH's down about 6.37%, sitting at 2,213. A lot of these altcoins took a massive dump. Solana's down 7.34%, $99.94. XRP's down 7%. Cardano down 7%. Avalanche 10. Huge market dump today. I mean, how many times am I going to say dump? Or every time I say dump, take a shot or sip a beer or whatever. But anyways, let's keep moving forward. We got top gainers. There were some gainers today. Power Ledger up 58%. Ethereum name service up about 22%. C, I've been seeing that a lot lately. CSI, however you say it, up about 11.63% at 79 cents. And we had a little bit green today. I think ICP's on here. Yeah, up about 5.5%. Currently at $14.89. So good to see ICP there. Top losers, pretty much the whole market. I'm not even going to really get into that, so we'll just keep going forward. Today's January 3rd, 2024. Some of the holidays we have. It's Drinking Straw Day. What are those? Festival of Sleep Day, Fruitcake Toss Day, International Mind Body Wellness Day, J.R.R. Tolkien Day. A whole bunch of different types of holidays. Birthdays for today. Obviously, it's Bitcoin's birthday. They're not going to put that on here, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. It's also Mel Gibson's birthday. Who else? J.R. Tolkien's birthday. Yeah, that kind of makes sense that it is the holiday. What holiday was it for J.R. Tolkien Day? Yeah, Lord of the Rings. If you guys are big Lord of the Rings fans, that's your holiday for today. All right, let's jump on over to crypto bubbles for you visual people out there. Obviously, I see a red, though there is a couple green tokens, coins out there that did pretty decent today. Take a look at my favorites. Everything was red except for ICP, up 5.8% of the day. Doing pretty good right now. It's sitting at $14.92. And Sia coin up about 5.5% the last 24 hours. Last hour, looks like markets are coming up a little bit. Not everything, but ICP still pumping. That's good to see. Fear and Greed Index. It did update. Obviously, the markets went down a little bit today, and it went down only 2 points on the Fear and Greed Index at currently at a 68. Yesterday we were at a 70. I'm surprised it's not a little bit more than that with as big as the markets dropped today. But like I always say, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Even though we're still in greed, the markets did take a massive fall today, so wouldn't have hurt to pick up a little bit of something, especially if you guys dollar cost average. You really don't have to worry about that if you buy every now and then. Called DCAing. I personally picked up some more ICP on the small dump that we had early this morning when it was real low, but obviously that kept going up, which is pretty good to see. Kind of went a little bit against Bitcoin and the rest of the coins and tokens that went down today. Let's see. Traditional markets, I think, ended red today. Stock futures, though, looks like it's green, changed after NASDAQ falls for the 4th straight day. So just going to the traditional markets, everything was red. So let's take a look at one of the things that I always look at, one of the charts, the DXY. Whenever the DXY is down, that's when crypto and traditional markets are up, and vice versa. And look at it on the 4-hour chart. We've had the DXY pumping the last day or so. And sure enough, all crypto and traditional markets were down. And like I say, that's not always the case, but today it kind of correlated with. Total crypto market cap right now, looking at about $1.59 trillion. We did have this ascending triangle we broke out of. Then we kind of did like a little sideways move, and then we took this massive fall today. We dipped all the way down at one point to about 1.5 trillion. Kind of looks like one of those Bart Simpson patterns. Have you ever seen those charts before? They put like a Bart Simpson head where it goes straight up, kind of like sideways a little bit, and then it goes straight down. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But that's at least on the 4-hour chart. We were obviously overbought. Now we're kind of oversold a little bit. Not going to get too much into that because we got a lot to talk about. But let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin took a massive dump today, down about 4.6% the last 24 hours. Market cap's $838 billion. 24-hour trading volume, we're looking at about $40 billion. Let's see. Oh, why did it crash today? And there's a lot of speculations why there was a massive crash. This person's saying it was FUD from a random organization. He's guessing that their short positions were cleaned up in profits. Read this to get an idea of their report and make your own call on whether this dump was justified. So it dumped to about 9% in 1 hour on the basis of a report by Matrixport predicting an SEC rejection of all Bitcoin ETF applications. And I'm not going to get too into this, but apparently, yeah, this company saying that they were going to reject all the SEC was going to reject all the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So the whole market earlier this morning took a massive dump. This person was saying the dump is simply to get rid of all the long positions before ETF approval. I still believe in Bitcoin ETF, and they like XRP. Today's market dump seems a more temporary shakeout than the beginning of a significant trend. As long as Bitcoin status stays, I can't even read today, stays within the trend of 40 to 41, the trend remains bullish. That's just their opinion. Other people were saying, they were throwing some jokes out there saying that BlackRock paid this company or whoever it is to put this FUD out there because they were going to buy in initially $10 million or something for their initial ETF, something crazy like that. So that's what people were saying essentially was the FUD today and the big drop. Also today's, as I previously mentioned early on in the video, it's Bitcoin's birthday. So 15 years ago today, the first block of Bitcoin transactions, which is known as the Genesis block, was mined. This moment marked the beginning of the digital asset industry we know today and paved the way for the creation of other disruptive crypto assets. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. Taking a look at the Bitcoin chart right now, currently looking at about 42,858. We did have this symmetrical triangle that it kind of has been bouncing in and out from this trend line here, then the bottom trend line. Again, looks like a Bart Simpson pattern that we had. We went up, went sideways, we got the FUD news. Now we're down back into the symmetrical triangle, and we're actually squeezing pretty hard right now. And I don't know if it's still in play. Could potentially be in play. You know, they keep saying that January 10th is going to be some time we're actually going to get a real approval from the SEC for a lot of these spot Bitcoin ETFs. So, I mean, we could squeeze out here. This takes us all the way out to the 8th. I mean, I don't know if we're going to squeeze that far. We might hear something tomorrow, or when you guys watch this video, this might either dip to the downside or the upside. We'll just have to wait and see. And this is on the 4-hour chart. Some other news today, a $4.5 trillion asset manager, Fidelity, filed for registration of securities with the SEC for its spot Bitcoin ETF. So that's pretty bullish. I don't know. I mean, if they're doing it now, could that be potentially ready for next week or the following week, or is this for March timeframe? I know the deadline, I think, is March for the SEC to make their final decision on these spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's some positive news that came out a couple hours ago, is that they were Fidelity is filing for registration of securities. Moving on is, remember the gold ETF that was launched on the New York Stock Exchange November 15, 2004? Many of you probably don't. I don't. I think I was still in high school at the time. But look what happened the next 10 years after the Gold Trust ETF was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. From 2005 all the way to 2012, up 18%, 22%, 30%. Could this be kind of like a precursor of what the Bitcoin spot ETF will happen? Like, will this come, for the future of the Bitcoin ETF if this happens? I don't know. History tends to repeat itself, but we'll just have to wait and see. Just something to think about. Other thing is that sources, what are sources? Tell Fox Business the SEC could begin notifying issuers of approval on Friday with trading beginning as early as next week. And then the next comment to this tweet was sources equal trust me, bro. Yeah, trust me, bro. Anyone could say anything at this point with all the FUD and people paying people, other companies paying people to say FUD things just so they could hold down the price, whatever it is. But thought that was kind of interesting. So again, they keep saying this January 10th timeframe, but who knows what's going to happen? Everyone predicts whatever. If everyone predicts the same thing, usually the opposite's going to happen. Most likely, what's going to happen. All right, here's some Bitcoin technical analysis. These are just some charts and some comparisons. History tends to repeat itself. And if you guys look at this, there's the bear, the pre-bull, the first bull, and the second bull phases. So he kind of compares all the bear phases from 2011, 14, 18 to 22 to then 2012, 15, 2019, 2023 for the pre-bull stage, the 2012, 16, 20, and 24 for the first bull run phase, which is kind of what we're in right now is what he's saying. We just ended 2023. That was the pre-bull. We pretty much gone up the whole year of 2023. 2024, looking back, still kind of going up. That's our first bull, even though 2020 we did have that Black Swan event. We didn't have one in 2016, didn't have one in 2012. Doesn't say that we couldn't have one again in 2024 with all the crazy World War III stuff going on. We could go up a little bit, maybe a nice dip, but then eventually come back up for the first bull of 2024. And then the second bull run for 2025, you guys can see what happened in 2013. Straight parabolic. Kind of parabolic, nice little downtrend. It was kind of where we had the double top of 2021 for that bull run. 2025, man, are we going to have a straight up like 2017, straight up like 2013, or maybe a double top in 2021? I don't know. This is just kind of a great comparison of looking at Bitcoin, the historic different phases, the bear pre-bull, first bull, and second bull run phases. So just keep your eye on Bitcoin because Bitcoin usually moves the market. But that's not always the case because let's talk about Internet Computer, ICP. Quickly, when the market stumped earlier today, ICP dipped down. You guys bought it back up pretty quickly. So right now, the last 24 hours, we got ICP up about 5.2%, almost back at $15. We're at $849 million trading volume, market cap $6.7 billion. We're still ahead of Shiba Inu, I believe. Taking a look real quick. Let's see, 17 right now. Yeah, we're ahead of Wrap Bitcoin and Shiba Inu. We got Toncoin, which is the next big jump up. So again, Toncoin's at 7.5 billion. We're at 6.7 billion. But yeah, ICP did pretty well today. Don't really have too much to talk about ICP, but just some community tweets. ICP is the strongest of them all. This was early this morning at 7:52 a.m. Eastern. You could see the whole entire market down, but ICP was staying green, up 3.23% on the day. And then talking about ICP, I keep saying this, isn't it a bit curious that YouTube's top influencers, and some of these have talked about ICP, but some of them haven't. Altcoin Daily, I know he's mentioned it. I talked about him mentioning it, how people are sleeping on it. BitBoy, I know, has talked about it in the past. But again, who really cares about influencers, even big influencers? Who cares about me? I'm just some dude on the internet documenting my crypto journey. Anything that I say, don't listen to me. I'm just some dude on the internet just documenting my journey. But again, isn't it kind of weird? He's saying this starts to smell a bit fishy to me. I just think that either they're all packing their bags right now while the price is small before they all get together or whatever and start making videos about it when the bull run comes. But yeah, I don't think we really need them. I think the community, we're all going to do it ourselves, just grassrooting it all the way up. But I mean, it'll help a little bit if they put some content out, start talking about ICP, but it is just weird that still nobody is talking about this. All right, moving on to a little bit of ICP price action and technical analysis. We're coming up to that $15 mark right now, and as you guys can see, what I've been saying is we've had these nice run-ups, symmetrical triangle. which is good. And then we kind of go up, trade sideways, up, trade sideways. We either have like up, go down and do like a bull flag, or symmetrical triangle. There's two different things that are predicting. But here, what we just recently had, we had a nice uptrend. We're not kind of going sideways into a symmetrical pattern, or we're not kind of going down into a bull flag. We're going upwards into a rising wedge. Rising wedges, this is at least in a forward chart, are historically bearish pattern. So we are going up and down. We're touching these top resistance and support lines right here. We're right now in an indecision candle here in the 4-hour chart. We wicked all the way down to this trend line, respecting the TA. We're right in the middle of this rising wedge at that $14.88 mark. So, I mean, we could bounce around, could go up a little bit here between the $14.73 mark, could still go back up to $15.80. We might make a move to the downside is kind of where I'm looking at. I'm just kind of prepping myself. We are far away from that Ichimoku cloud. We're still a little bit overbought on the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily, again, way far away from the Ichimoku cloud. We're way overbought right now, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw ICP come back down towards the cloud, even to that $10 range. I'm not going to get too crazy with technical analysis. Go check out Six Figs. I'm pretty sure he just went live, or he put out a video about 30 minutes ago where he does an in-depth technical analysis on ICP. But just for generic patterns, I'm seeing this rising wedge. I'm thinking bearish right now. I'm seeing overbought, at least on the higher time frames, the 4-hour and the daily charts. So just keep an eye on that one. Next big thing are the ICP NFTs. I have covered them a little bit in the past. I did do a live stream with Bitcoin Renegade, another big ICP community YouTuber. He went in depth. He knows a lot more about me. I've been doing a little bit of initial research, and I know Bitcoin Flower, this is the largest volume, most trading volume for ICP's NFTs. And apparently the floor price, and this was when the price was a little bit higher earlier this morning, is up from the initial, is up $300. Should be $10,000 minimum. The floor is $1,600. I guess it's up from the $300 from the previous day or whatever. I think it's a little bit lower than $1,600 now. But yeah, what do you guys think about ICP NFTs? Should I start covering some projects? Do you guys know anyone that has a pretty decent size or just a small project that wants to be covered, that has utility? It's not just a JPEG. Let me know down in the comments below if you do know it. I did cover this again, like I said, in this video here about 10 days ago. Six Figs popped on with Bitcoin Renegade, but we did go over a lot of these top projects and what Jeff thinks that his top ones are to hold for the bull market. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you want me to start covering that, and I'd be happy to do so. Coming up about 17 minutes, I do want to talk about the last thing of the video. And a lot of you ICP people, if you are new to the channel, you may or may not know about this, but you know you had all those big crypto exchanges that went bankrupt. You had FTX, you had Celsius, and then you had Voyager. I was a big part of the Voyager community. This is Neville. We did get an initial claim back. It wasn't much, and we're still waiting on potentially getting any crypto back from the Three Arrows Capital and the FTX case. And there was something put out, there was something put out today from Paul Hodge, however you say his name, and I think there were emails that were sent out as well. There's a whole thing that you could read, but again, Neville did a quick summary, which I'll go over. So in short, they're still in mediation with FTX with no end in sight. They're in mediation with an insurance company that one is expected to be done shortly. There's nothing resolved yet with Three Arrows Capital. They recovered about $2.7 million from the Voyager asset sales. They're still trying to figure out where the data breach occurred. There's lots of spam emails going out there, people trying to take, it's absolutely crazy, to be honest with you guys. The FTC investigation won't affect the wind down debtor as long as they continue to cooperate with the FTC. They're still looking into third-party claims. No additional distribution at this time. My mindset is I'm not going to get any of that money back. I'm not trying to think about it. I'm just trying to keep moving forward, use that initial distribution to reinvest, which I've already have, and I'm already up a little bit on that, and then just keep moving forward. And then last but not least, we got a tweet from the Voyager community account. They rebranded it as the Hero X community, and I believe Sun Tzu, who's one of the Voyager heroes, runs this account now. You guys can see what he did here. He burned all of his Voyager stuff, and he had a nice little thread here just talking about how basically Invest Voyager, Steve Ehrlich, the CEO, FTX, Celsius, they had no interest in the creditors. seldom mention how law firms handling the case made millions, while simple retail investors like you and I were fed lies by Steve, watched funds that they were told safe go up in flames. Every step of the way, Voyager creditors dealt the worst possible hand. It's just obviously so unfortunate. I got wrecked, lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. We'll overcome challenges we're faced with. We'll never forget those responsible who spit lies like venom from your tongues, your guilt, your karmic debt, way far heavier than any monetary debt of this lifetime. May today's burn serve as a turning point for anyone who may need it. Head down. Keep pushing forward, rise above, reach out if you guys are struggling. Same here. My DMs are open. Peace be upon the victims of these criminals. Absolutely crazy, guys. So that's going to do it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing if you aren't. Turn on the bell notification so you guys get notified as soon as I upload a video. Easiest thing that you guys can do to help support the channel. And go give me a follow on Twitter if you guys aren't already at crypto_airborne. And that's just going to do it, man. Another 20-minute long video, I suppose. But what do you guys think where Bitcoin's going? You think the spot Bitcoin ETFs are going to get approved? Are we going to head up a little bit towards the Bitcoin halving that we have coming up in April? Was this all big fake out that we already top out? We're going to see a nice little downtrend. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. I don't even like making predictions anymore because nothing's usually right. Nobody's ever right. Yeah. ICP, still going strong, guys. Love it. Love the project. And Voyager, don't get your hopes up of getting any crypto back, but keep strong and keep moving forward. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, your night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe out there. Crypto Airborne.